Shalom, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. And Lord willing, this lesson is quick and edifying. This is just going to be on a few words on something new in the news that proves a few things. Okay. Salakia, but this is a clip, a video put up by Anton Daniels, which I'm not going to play the video because I know he'd be hating on the Israelites, right? He's a hater of the Most High and a total hypocrite, which if you watch this video, you'll see. But he put up this video, okay, made 1 million on OF as soon, which OF of course stands for OnlyFans, right? As soon as she turned 18. Can't defend men paying for Lil Tay like predators. Okay, and as you see on the screen, you have this woman on the left who goes by the name Lil Tay, which, if you can remember, she was a viral sensation for a short time period. She had her 15 minutes of fame years back when she went viral for her internet shenanigans. Okay, you know, talking all hood and showing money and talking about her haters and shit. So it made for good content because you see this little Asian girl talking like a black chick doing hood stuff. Okay, so that's what she's known for, and this was all as a small child. But here we are, fast forward 2025. She just turned 18, and if you watch the video, she goes and shows receipts of how she, you know, her OnlyFans account made $1 million within hours of her dropping the OF. She talking about pre-order like it was like, you know, this how these girls do nowadays. Okay, they have the OF page already set up, and soon as it hit midnight when they turn 18, they start dropping the content. Okay, they sell themselves. This is the world that we're living in, and it's not new. Okay, you got people acting like stuff like this is new. This is so shocking. This has been going on since the beginning of time, man. They're all hoes. Okay, dating is nothing but prostitution, legalized prostitution. Okay, it's just now these women have the internet, so they can fast track the prostitution to the point where they can get the most amount of money they can without performing the actual acts, the actual services. And Esau built this platform, and men with low sexual discipline, right? Simps, weak men, right? There's some men out there that are turned on by giving their money away to women that disrespect them in return. They call them pay pigs. You got a lot of these dudes that they just wanna be a trick. Okay? And what does this prove? What does this show? That men like them young. Men are hardwired, biologically designed to go after youthful women. Okay? Why? Because those women have a higher chance of bringing forth a healthy child, healthy seed. Okay? Point blank, period. That's what the Most High set up. You look at all the creatures under the sun, as soon as they're able to reproduce, they start mating. And how long have women, as soon as they turn 18, going into the strip club? It's been going on since they had strip clubs. Right? And you have people saying this chick, she didn't even post anything nude. So the dudes that's paying, they didn't even get what they wanted. So I'm not even mad at her. I'm not one of the haters. Shit, get your money, right? I'm gonna tell you the same way the Lord told Esau, rejoice and be glad. Why? Because this is your kingdom. This is also what this proves, what this shows. This proves that men like them young, right? Of course, a lot of those men that gave her money, she showed she made over 400,000 of that million. Close to half of that was just men sending her money. Not even, the subscriber profits, but men just sending her extra to try to get a message from her, a reply back. And these, replies are already programmed from bots or people in Pakistan. You see? But that still shows you that men are more attracted to youthful women. And you got this guy, Anton, talking about he's so disgusted. And these men are predators, right? But this guy's a total hypocrite because he don't want to talk about the Epstein files anymore. He don't want to talk about Trump and Epstein because he's a hard-die Trump supporter. Right? And it's coming out that Epstein and Trump, these people, Jelaine, right? This circle of traffickers were dealing with actual small children. Actual children, not 18-year-old women. Okay? Actual children. But he don't want to talk about that though. Showing you Jake is full of shit. Jake is full of shit. And you go through the comment section, you're gonna see a bunch of replies from women, all in their feelings, calling men predators, calling men peas, this and that, when they were the same women in their day. They just mad they didn't have OnlyFans when they were 18. That's all. Because if they had OnlyFans when they were 18, they would have did the same thing. They just mad they had to go to the strip club and actually shake for them dollars. They actually had to get down and dirty for them dollars. You see, but now they old and dried up and they want to call men predators. Okay? Men going after 30 and 40-year-old women and just sticking to that will not be the next step in human evolution. Okay? Which of course we don't teach evolution, but that's how these people act. Like men are just supposed to turn off their natural selection that the Most High put in them, man. So, okay, this shows you that it proves that men like them young. You hear that? Sakari. You hear that? IUIC. Right, which I don't know if Sakari is even still a thing, but you hear that? You pseudo-Israelites out there? Okay, and this also shows you that this is the woman's kingdom. Only women can do shit like this. Young women. Old hoes can't do shit like this. And young men period, can't do shit like this. Show me an 18-year-old man make $1 million in 3 hours. As soon as he turned 18, he just creates a site and money just comes out of thin air. Only the women can do that. It's because this is their kingdom. So, as the scriptures say, right? Let's just grab it. I don't want to make this too long. Right? Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Right? Talking to the nation of Edom, so-called white people. The Lord's telling you, rejoice and be glad. Right? As speaking on OnlyFans, it came out that OnlyFans is owned and operated by a small hatter. And not only that, but that OnlyFans is, if not but one of the most biggest contributors to the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. So you see how these devils operate? They create the lustful culture through the media, through the laws. They push hypersexuality. They give these women freedom to pick who they want to pick, which you already know the 80-20 rule is going to prevail once you do that. Majority of the men are going to be left sexless. Meanwhile, still being hypersexualized because there's half-naked women every damn where. But yet, prostitution, straight up prostitution, is illegal. So you got a bunch of men just walking around burning and lusting. So then they create the digital sex, which you see, that's problem, reaction, solution. They create the void, the sex void, then create the porn to fill the void. Which you go into pornography, you go into the study of pornography, there's evidence to show that there's a pipeline from regular pornography to trans pornography. It's set up and designed to get you pulled into being attracted to trannies. That's the way the sites are designed. Which Pornhub too is owned by a small hatter. A rabbi at that. Right? So then they fill the void with the digital sex, the porn simulated sex, fake sex, pseudo sex. And then they generate profit from that and feed their war machine with it. You see how demonic these people are? You gotta be working with Satan to even think of some shit like that. So these women have a opportunity to take part in Esau's kingdom. They can choose to side with the devil. They already sided with the devil. The scripture tell you all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. So, I just did a video about going into Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, which their own victim said that Maxwell was worse than Epstein. Which, of course, because again, all wickedness is little to the wickedness of a woman. These women are already part of Satan's kingdom. They have access to the blessings of this devil. Easy. They can easily tap in. Don't even have to do too much. because this system is created for them. So live it up. You ain't gonna be able to do that in our kingdom. When Yahweh returns, you women that are going back into subjection, you going back in the kitchen. Okay, straight up, barefoot and pregnant, and you gonna love it. And there's gonna be peace on earth. Families are going to be reunited. There ain't gonna be no broken homes, no single parent households, no YNs running around, no sassy limp-wristed young men, no thoughts and Torquishas roaming the streets, twerking at the head. Nah, ain't gonna be none of that. So, hey, live it up now. All right? Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Right? In the kingdom, your women going to be whores. They're going to be straight up whores, trying to get with Jake. And we're gonna be giving them the Heisman stiff. Most of them gonna be in the fields with your ass. But the select few are gonna be taken and polished and used and abused, and they're gonna love it too. Okay. Your women are going to be the new image of scandal. You're going to be looked at as you're going to be the new Pookie, the new Ray Ray. Okay? Only thing is, you're not going to get no box. All right? So it proves men like them young. It's not going to change. It's been that way since the beginning of time, and it shall stay that way until the end of it. All right, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. Not you old ass dried up bitches, and not you simp ass niggas. Okay, trying to please these women and use sensationalism to garner more followers, so that money can keep coming. We know what you niggas are all about. Anton Daniels, you've been showed that money is your God. So you'll say anything to keep money coming. You'll flip-flop all over the damn place. You don't have no foundation for real. You don't have nothing to stand on. You want to create these panels and have people on and talk like you have some voice. You don't got shit to offer, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Excuse my French, man. Just tired of seeing that bald head ass nigga, man. Sometimes he has some, what they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. Right? But that's pretty much it, man. That shows you what men like. It also shows you that we're in the woman's kingdom. Okay? Point blank, period. So that's pretty much it. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.